You like to think you make rational decisions, that you can spot a sales technique from a mile away, that you're not the kind of person who gets manipulated. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The more confident you feel in your immunity to influence, the more vulnerable you actually are. The dark psychology of influence doesn't work on stupid people. It works on smart, busy, confident people, including you, especially you. In 1984, psychologist Robert Cialdini spent 3 years going undercover inside sales organizations, fundraising companies, and advertising agencies. What he found was a set of 6 psychological triggers that bypass rational thinking entirely. They are not tricks, they are features of the human brain, and once you see them, you cannot unsee them. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to walk you through all 6 influence principles, show you exactly how they're used against you every single day, and give you the one mental move that creates genuine protection against each one. This is not conspiracy theory. This is peer-reviewed psychology. And by the end of this video, the world will look slightly different. Before we begin, understand why these principles work. The human brain processes roughly 11 million bits of information per second, but conscious thought handles only about 40. Everything else is managed by fast, automatic processing. Pattern recognition, not deliberation. Influence works precisely because it targets that automatic layer. It doesn't argue with your reason, it bypasses it. This is why intelligent people are not immune. Intelligence operates in the deliberate, slow-thinking layer. But influence rarely touches that layer at all. It works before you get there. By the time your rational mind has a chance to evaluate a decision, the influence has already done its work. Understanding this is not depressing. It is the beginning of genuine protection. Influence Principle 1. Reciprocity. Humans have an almost compulsive need to return favors. When someone gives us something, a gift, a compliment, a free sample, a concession, we feel an immediate psychological obligation to give something back. This is why supermarkets give away food samples, why charities send you free address labels with donation requests, why your realtor brings flowers. The gift is never free. Influence Principle 2. Commitment and consistency. Once you make a small commitment, your brain reorganizes to act consistently with that commitment. This is why cult induction starts with small, easy asks. Why salespeople get you to say yes to something minor before asking for the big thing. The small yes becomes the identity. And once the identity is set, the next yes feels inevitable. Influence Principle 3. Social proof. When we're uncertain, we look at what others are doing. The applause track on a sitcom, the queue outside a restaurant, the 5-star reviews you can't verify, the number on a product page that says 10,000 people bought this. Each is a social proof signal. Your brain treats them as evidence. Often they are not. Influence Principle 4. Liking. We are dramatically more likely to be influenced by people we like, and we like people who are similar to us, who compliment us, who are attractive, and who are familiar. This is why influencers are so effective, not because of their expertise, but because of their likability. It's why you buy things from friends without thinking. Liking is a shortcut to trust. Influence Principle 5. Authority. We are conditioned from childhood to defer to authority figures. Doctors, experts, titles, uniforms. But authority can be mimicked. Titles can be manufactured. Research consistently shows that people follow the instructions of an apparent authority figure, even when those instructions contradict their own judgment. Authority is a costume, not a credential, and few people check the stitching. Influence Principle 6. Scarcity. Limited time, limited supply, exclusive access. Act now. These phrases trigger loss aversion, the neurological fact that losing something feels twice as painful as gaining the same thing feels good. This is why sales have countdown timers, why only 3 left in stock appears on products always in stock, why this offer expires tonight never actually expires tonight. Scarcity is manufactured urgency. The most sophisticated manipulation combines multiple principles simultaneously. A charismatic authority figure who has done you a small favor, who shows you social proof, who presents a scarce, limited-time opportunity. Each principle compounds the others. This is the architecture of every high-pressure sales pitch, every political campaign, and every cult. Not coincidentally, by design. Because the people deploying these tools understand exactly what they're doing. So how do you protect yourself? The single most effective move is what Cialdini calls the pause. When you feel a strong pull toward a decision, especially one involving someone else's agenda, you deliberately slow down. You name the trigger. I feel like I need to act now because of scarcity. I feel obligated because they gave me something. Naming the mechanism is often enough to restore deliberate thinking. The automatic system hates being seen. The second protection is the separation test. Ask, would I want this if I found it myself? Without the salesperson, the ad, the influencer, the friend who benefits. Remove the influence context from the product. If the answer is still yes, you may genuinely want it. If the answer becomes uncertain, you're likely responding to the influence, not the thing itself. This test takes 20 seconds. Most people never run it. A third protection is reactance awareness. Reactance is the feeling of wanting something more when you feel your freedom to choose is being restricted. When someone says you can't have something or the window is closing, your brain amplifies desire as a response. Simply knowing this pattern exists reduces its power. Freedom is not threatened by a countdown timer. Remind yourself of that, and the urgency dissolves. Influence literacy is not about becoming suspicious of everyone. Most acts of liking, reciprocity, and social proof are genuine. They become manipulative only when deployed to override your judgment rather than inform it. The test is intent. Is this person helping you make a good decision or bypassing your decision-making entirely? Once you understand influence, your ability to read that distinction improves dramatically. Here's what I find most fascinating about Cialdini's work. These 6 principles evolved because they worked. They worked because, in most contexts, they are reliable guides. Authority usually does correlate with expertise. Scarcity usually does indicate value. Social proof usually is informative. These shortcuts exist because they serve us until they're weaponized against us. Understanding influence is not about distrusting the world. It's about knowing when the shortcuts are being hijacked. If this resonated with you, I go much deeper into the psychology of influence, persuasion, and human behavior every week on Mind Decoded. This is the kind of lens that changes how you see conversations, media, relationships, and the decisions you make every day. The link to the blog is in the description below, and subscribing to the channel means you'll never miss an episode. Let's bring this together. Cialdini's 6 principles: reciprocity, commitment and consistency, social proof, liking, authority and scarcity, work by accessing your brain's automatic processing before reason engages. The protection is not cynicism, it is awareness. Slow down. Name the trigger. Run the separation test. The people who understand influence are not the ones who avoid the world. They're the ones who navigate it more clearly. Subscribe to Mind Decoded. Every week we decode human psychology, behavior, and the patterns most people never notice. If you've ever wondered why you do the things you do, why you feel what you feel, this is the channel for you. Hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.